Do I feel responsible that someone that played shoot 'em up video games on a bunch of drugs, went and killed a bunch of kids, and then the internet questioned it and I covered that? No, I don't feel responsible, and I don't apologize anymore. I'm done. I don't apologize I killed the kids.
Was there a definitive?
No, I killed them.
When one thinks of Alex Jones,
Sandy Hook, it's got inside job written all over it. Sandy Hook is a synthetic, completely fake, with actors, in my view, manufactured. I couldn't believe it at first. People just instinctively know that there's a lot of fraud going on. But it took me about a year with Sandy Hook to come to grips with the fact that the whole thing was fake. I mean, even I couldn't believe it. I knew they jumped on it, used the crisis, hyped it up, but then I did deep research, and my gosh, it just pretty much didn't happen. I mean, I've interviewed the cops and the people that saw the feds plant the bombs in Oklahoma City. You saw them stage Fast and Furious. Folks, they staged Aurora. They staged Sandy Hook. The evidence is just overwhelming. The Newtown kids, they take them, put them in our face, tell us their names, who they were.
this is the rotten brain conspiracy theorist we have known for years, yet simultaneously,
Alex Jones' stunning admission came during a contentious cross-examination.
It's 100% real.
Finally conceding the Sandy Hook school shooting did happen. After years of insisting on his InfoWars show, the massacre was a hoax.
How could you believe any of it?
when under oath, Jones admits he's a fraudulent liar. Still, Donald Trump has said he's a big fan, and it's quite shocking to see Trump parrot Jones's lines.
Obama is a front man, a figurehead. His real name's Barry Soetoro.
His name was Barry Soetoro, and that was his name, and he changed his name to Barack Hussein Obama.
The newest Obama birth certificate that's been released by the White House has been altered in literally dozens of ways.
A lot of people do not think it was an authentic certificate.
How can you say that if
you won't report it, Wolf?
Again, wears a ring that has Islamic Arabic script on it. He's wearing a Muslim ring. As we've been saying for 3 years, Hillary is the founder of ISIS along with Obama.
President Obama, he is the founder of ISIS. He's the founder of ISIS. And I would say the co-founder would be crooked Hillary Clinton.
Sadly, his content has inspired plenty, including another conspiracy theorist.
Q is a patriot. We know that for sure. We have basically the deep state is fighting back against President Trump, the loyal people in his administration, and the American people. Okay?
I mean, is it going to be true that the child pedophilia in the elites in the Washington, D.C., is that what we're really going to see come out? Is it true? Is the type of corruption we're going to see come out, is it going to be satanic worship that possibly all these people are involved in? There's possible satanic worship, and maybe that all these scary things that people talk about on what's considered conspiracy sites and conspiracy theories really may be true. But that's what Q has been telling everyone.
We had witnessed 9/11, right? We had witnessed 9/11, the terrorist attack in New York, and the plane that crashed in Pennsylvania, and the so-called plane that crashed into the Pentagon. It's odd. There's never any evidence shown for a plane in the Pentagon.
I've got a question for you. How do you get avid gun owners and people that support the Second Amendment to give up their guns and go along with anti-gun legislation? Maybe you accomplish that by performing a mass shooting into a crowd that is very likely to be conservative, very likely to vote Republican, very likely to be Trump supporters, very likely to be pro-Second Amendment, and very likely to own guns. Is that what happened in Las Vegas? Is that why the country music festival was targeted?
Like, say, Marjorie Taylor Greene, congresswoman and conspiracy theorist from Georgia, and even has a confidant in Robert F. Kennedy Jr. RFK told Joe Rogan Wi-Fi causes cancer and leaky brain. In a discussion with Elon Musk, RFK said antidepressants are to blame for school shootings. With Jordan Peterson, he said he believes chemicals in the water supply could turn children trans, the same language used by none other than Alex Jones on frogs. He also suggested AIDS may not be caused by HIV.
Independent candidate Robert F. Kennedy Jr. could play the role of spoiler with the help of some star power. ABC News has confirmed NFL quarterback Aaron Rodgers is on Kennedy's short list of potential running mates. The two recently spending time together, both appear to share views on several issues. Both oppose vaccine mandates.
But it's not just the mandates with Rodgers.
CNN has learned that in private conversations, Rodgers has shared wild and unhinged conspiracy theories in which he claims that the 2012 Sandy Hook shooting was not real. CNN knows of two people with whom Rodgers has shared these views with, including CNN's Pamela Brown. In 2013, when CNN's Pamela Brown was covering the Kentucky Derby, she was introduced to Rodgers. Hearing that she was a journalist at CNN, Rodgers began attacking the news media for, quote, covering up important stories. Rodgers then brought up the Sandy Hook shooting and said the news media was intentionally ignoring that the shooting wasn't real, that it was a government inside job.
Yet the circles overlap with New York Jets quarterback Rodgers, who, the more we learn about, realize he is simply a man with zero integrity and has a brain akin to Alex Jones.
According to first-person testimony supplied on the record by a CNN investigative reporter, Aaron Rodgers, the clear first choice by Robert F. Kennedy to be his vice presidential running mate on his so-called independent presidential campaign, the quarterback of the National Football League New York Jets, Aaron Rodgers, was, at best, is perhaps, a Sandy Hook denier. And the true tragedy of this delusion, this psychopathic conspiracy theory, is that we don't know if in Robert F. Kennedy Jr.'s mind that makes Aaron Rodgers ineligible to be his vice president, or it clinches the nomination for him.
When Pamela Brown asked Aaron Rodgers for evidence of what he was talking about, Rodgers then began sharing various theories that have been disproven numerous times by evidence. Rodgers falsely claimed to Pamela Brown that there were men in black in the woods by the school, and he asked if she thought that was odd. Brown says that she found the entire encounter disturbing.
Understatement of the century here.
CNN has also spoken to another source who would like to remain anonymous in order to avoid harassment. They had a similar encounter with Aaron Rodgers. This person said Rodgers claimed that, quote, Sandy Hook never happened. All those children never existed. They were all actors. Now, Rodgers declined CNN's request for comment.
Former Rodgers backup quarterback Deshaun Kaiser shared an interesting tidbit.
We get into the quarterback room. I'm nervous. I don't know what this is like. You know, this guy's the GOAT. This offense is a real West Coast offense. Like, there's a lot of responsibility. You know, I'm trying to be real studious. You know how it is first day. You got 12 highlighters for no reason. You got 3 different types of pens, like a setup, get my station right, walk in. Aaron looks right at me and says, all right, pick the wrong seat. Pick all my stuff up, move it over. Things are great. Cool. I'm going to get set up here. Shut the door. And the first thing that comes out of Aaron Rodgers' mouth was, do you believe in 9/11? What?
Our reactions exactly.
Yeah, I mean, why wouldn't I? He was like, you should read up on that. Okay. Now we start learning about the playbook and stuff. I'm like, wow, like I don't know where this is going. But what it ended up being was just like a real thought experiment where he wanted me to go back and look into some of the conspiracies around it and provoke a lot of great conversation. And we really bonded over that. And we started sharing some books and talking about some other things and got into history and business and finance. But ultimately the reason why that was such a great year for me.
Kaiser clearly covered his tracks here at the end, but the damage was done. Rodgers' social media activity was a tell years back, which we reported on. Conspiracy theory riddled accounts are his go-to. He would interact with a post on social media that compared vaccines and 5G towers. Awful announcing Sean Keeley did the Lord's work, paying a fee to hear what Rodgers said on a conspiracy theory podcast. After a long back and forth between the podcast host and Rodgers about how the COVID-19 virus was fake, the COVID vaccine hurt people, and the entire pandemic was some kind of conspiracy, Rodgers gets extremely passionate about a conspiracy theory recently floated by Brett Weinstein on Joe Rogan that certain types of immigrants are attempting to enter the U.S. to join the military to gain citizenship and then turn against Americans. Eventually, Rodgers arrives at his belief that the COVID-19 vaccine is, in fact, experimental gene therapy that changes your DNA. He'd then imply young athletes either died or had to retire because they were vaccinated. The same BS former NBA player John Stockton endorses. There's almost too many gems, but here's another. How are people getting the news now? They're listening to podcasts, and Joe Rogan is number one. They're watching X, and Elon Musk has created a platform that has way more free speech now. Are you sure about that? There's still some issues with it, for sure, but if you just look at the effing Twitter files, he really mentioned the Twitter files, and the collusion that was going on between the alphabet companies, again, still not understanding what he's saying, and censoring of like legitimate experts in fields, that's you, who were just stating their professional opinions, it's effing crazy. Keeley rightfully concludes, in all seriousness, one of the things that becomes abundantly clear when you listen to Rodgers talk long enough is that he doesn't know what he doesn't know, and he's more than happy to continue not knowing it. He sees so much of the world through the lens of someone who has never had to get in the muck and deal with reality. His common sense ideas have occurred to everyone, but he lacks the grounding to understand why they're not in place, not to mention who is responsible for that. And he presumes that it means everyone else must be dumber than him, rather than concluding that he needs to educate himself further. Not to mention, it becomes clear that while he appreciates being able to question things, he very clearly focuses that skepticism on specific areas and not others. He truly embodies the college sophomore problem. Hey everyone, if there are any stories that you want to bring to our attention, whether it is the local level, collegiate level, professional level, national level, that you think would be worthy of a story and us covering, there are so many hours in a day and only so much we see. Submit them to me. Get at me on Twitter, on Instagram, and TikTok. Send me a DM, send me a tweet, what have you. We appreciate it. Hope you have a great day.